hugs. So that's what I was doing. And that's why we're getting started. Today's class is going to be focused on Cobra pose, which is there we go. It's a little bit of spinal extension. It's a little bit of chest opening. It's kind of a beautiful stretch. We'll see how it goes. Now, this stretch may not be your stretch. So if you look at that and you're like, I don't want to do that, it's okay, because I'm going to walk you through how to get from basically not in that stretch to into that stretch, or as close to that stretch as is right for your body. So we'll just move in that way. All right. Okay, let's see. Is this all working? Is this all working? Right. It looks like my stream health is not so good. We'll see if it picks up. Sometimes it just takes a second. Fingers crossed, right? Let's hope for the best. I'm going to go ahead and get started then. If you guys are watching online, be sure to say in the chat, say hi. Let me know you're here. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. I want this to work. I want better streaming. Come on, computer. It did this a little bit to me yesterday too. Sometimes my internet just gets tired. It just gets mad at me. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope that it increases and gets better. And if it doesn't, you guys, if we get kicked off for some reason, just log off and come back on, okay? I will just find I'll just restart my computer if that's the case, and then I'll be back on in about 5 minutes, okay? All right. Oh, you know what? Hi, friends. It's Carrie. Sorry about the delay. I just opened up the room for Saturday class and was talking like crazy. And I was like, why is nobody on class today? It doesn't make sense to me. Well, now I know, because I was in the wrong day. I picked the wrong day. All right. Well, friends, I'm Carrie from Stretch Chi. We're going to do some stretching today to open up into Cobra pose. So this is what we're looking at today as our main pose for today. But of course, we're going to Ki-Hara this stretch, which means we're going to add movement, we're going to add resistance, everything's going to be beautiful and fun, and we're going to find the stretch that works the best for your body. I'm going to teach you how to do that. I mean, obviously I can't see you, but I'll help you figure it out in the way that works the best for you. Okay, so we'll just go bit by bit and see if we can get into this pose. All right. For those of you who are new to Ki-Hara, if you've never done this before, there are a couple rules to follow. So just make sure you follow these basic rules. Move all the time, resist all the time, and if anything hurts, just don't do that thing, okay? Also, my internet seems to be going from poor connection to excellent connection, one after the other. So if it gets a little pixelated or gets a little funky, just hang tight. It'll probably fix itself, okay? If it doesn't, or if we get kicked off for some reason, I will just log off, restart everything, and then come right back on. So give me about 5 minutes, go to the YouTube page, and you can come back into class, okay? Fingers crossed that won't happen. I hope it'll be all good. We'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead onto our mats and get into this pose. Anybody who is here watching live, say hi. I want to know who's here. I want to know who's coming to class. If I don't know you, welcome. If it's your first time here, oh my gosh, Ki-Hara. Wait until you experience this stuff. It's fantastic. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's a little button in the corner over there. That really helps me out, but it also lets you know whenever class is live or whenever there's some other videos that I post. Sometimes I do post some really fun videos. Also, if this class seems a little advanced for you or it's moving too fast, I just don't understand, I have a playlist on my channel called Stretching for the Inflexible. It doesn't mean that you're inflexible. You can do this course even if you're very flexible. I just call it that so people will click on it, but that teaches you the stretches in a very slow and methodical way. And then it also has links to problem solve each stretch. So if you notice that one stretch isn't working, you click a link, it just goes above my head. You click that link and you go into a whole other series of stretches that will help you unlock your body in different ways. So that's a really great way to start if this seems like it's just too complicated for you. Okay, because it is a group class, so we're just gonna run through some stuff. All right, the first stretch we're gonna do is our cobra stretch, just to take note of where we are. So the first thing we're gonna do is have you lay on your belly. So you're just gonna lay flat. That's it, just lay flat. And take note of what you feel. Hi, Surrey. Okay, see you later. She's gonna go take a nap. Or not.
Until next time.
Oh. Surrey on my phone just talked to me. So you're gonna lay flat. See how this feels. How does your back feel? How do your legs feel? Can you put your feet flat on the floor, or do you feel like you want them to be up? Do you feel tight in your hip flexors? Do you feel any pain in your lower back? Do you feel like you can lay flat, or does that feel uncomfortable? Just take note of where you are today. Just kind of take stock of your body. The next stage in Cobra would be to bring your hands under your shoulders, right about where your chest is, and then push up. And as you push up, your spine here is going into an extension, like a back bend. I feel that, and my spine is like, why are you doing this right now? It does not want to. So I know I definitely need to work a bit on the muscles that are connected to my lumbar spine. Also, my chest is feeling a little tight. Maybe that's a little related. So see how that feels for you. Okay, so just from the floor to up, like looking up in front of you, and see what that feels like. Okay, now knowing those things, we're going to explore a little bit through our body, explore a couple different options. Every day I pull some inspirational cards too, just to kind of guide me through class. And today's cards that came up were all about completing cycles and starting new, which is amazing because a lot of you who are here today are my students who just finished your self-stretching certification course. So we just finished a cycle. And one quote that I came across when I was like pulling these cards this morning is that when the end unfolds, open to the new beginnings. So we're really going to focus on that today. So when the end has unfolded, open up to new beginnings. It's really interesting because in the I Ching, if you guys know that book, the I Ching is like the last hexagram in the storyline. There's 64 of them. Each one goes through and they teach you different lessons. The last one is called before completion. The one before it is called after completion. So before completion means that you like prepare yourself for the completion cycle, because as the end unfolds itself, a new beginning starts. And so an ending is really a preparation for something new. So how cool is that? So let's dive into some stretches, focusing on that idea of the end of a cycle coming into something new, accepting the new things that are coming into your life. So let's come up into a hip flexor lunge. Bring your right leg in the front, your back leg is your left leg here. And you're gonna try to scissor both legs together. Your front leg will try to kick back, your back leg will try to pull forward. And you use your front leg to pull you into a lunge. So I can feel the stretch in my hip flexor on the left side. And then I'm gonna pull back for strength. And I'm going to pull forward for my stretch. And as you do this stretch, I just want you to really come into your body, feel like you're at home, right? If you were a turtle, your shell would be your skin, right? So you are at home in your body. It's the only place that you live in your whole life, right? Inside your skin. You can move locations, you can pack up all your belongings and go, but your skin, your muscles, your organs, this is where you live. This is all you have. So really feel like you're at home right now and you're moving and working through that, through your shell, right? Through your whole being. This is your home. Feel that stretch in the front of the hip. Really enjoy it, but always resist. Find that movement. If this stretch doesn't feel good, move in smaller ranges of motion or just skip it completely. You don't have to do it, okay? Let's do the other side now. I have a cat hair on my nose. This is cats. All right, so now bring your left leg to the front, your right leg behind, and you're gonna try to scissor your legs together. Your front leg will pull you forward into this lunge. And your back leg will pull you back. And as you pull forward, you're stretching out the front of your hip flexor on the right, feeling that nice stretch, knowing that you're safe within the shell of your body, feeling at home in this spot. Really coming into who you are as a being. You've got yourself, your soul that's encased in in this body, and you want to take care of the body because it's the only home you have. So as you pull forward, your left leg pulls you into this lunge, your right leg pulls you back. And just go back and forth, finding the stretch in the best way possible, and back for your strength training. All right, the next stretch we're going to go into is for your hamstrings. This is right down the back of your legs here. So you can lay on your back, and you're going to grab your leg right at the thigh with both hands. So interlock your fingers. Push your leg into your hands to activate the hamstring muscles. It's like you're trying to kick your leg down to the floor. And then use your arms to pull you back so that you can find this hamstring stretch. And then push forward. This is your strength training move. So you're resisting, your arms are slowing you down. As you pull in, your leg is still fighting. So my leg is still trying to get to the floor, but my arms win and bring me into the stretch. And you just go back and forth. Now again, if this stretch doesn't feel good, move in smaller ranges of motion. Or maybe don't do the stretch. You could just skip it and try something different. The next time you come back, you might do a different stretch. Or you can always check out that playlist about the stretching for the inflexible, because that'll really help you to unlock some of these muscles and understand how your body works. Now at the end of this next stretch, come on in, find where you feel the most tension but still safe, and then just very gently start rotating your foot in spirals. Start maybe clockwise, and then turn counterclockwise. And just take a second to recognize that you're really taking care of your home here. This is like cleaning out the gutters, right? It's like painting the fence. It's like cleaning the bathroom, which nobody wants to do, but you gotta do it, right? Cleaning it up. This is just taking care of your home. The one place that you live all the time, right in the shell of your body. And then let's switch sides. So bring your left leg up, grab your thigh behind with your hands. I just interlock my fingers like this. And you're gonna push your right leg away from you. And then, I'm sorry, it's my left leg. Push your left leg into your hands and then pull in for your stretch. And you just go back and forth. Pushing out for strength, pulling in for stretch. Keep your spine on the ground. Keep your arms active, keep your leg active. Never relax into the stretch, but always keep resisting between the hand and the leg. That way you make sure you get a resistant stretch. It's important because it really does change the way the stretch works from a deep, deep, deep level. And then when we get up to the top here, just scrub that stretch out by rotating your foot in clockwise or counterclockwise motions, whatever feels good to you. And then switch it. And it's like scrubbing the bathtub. Just scrub it. You're taking care of your home. It's always amazing to me how many people will spend so much time and money taking care of their physical home. Renovating, decorating, cleaning, housekeepers, gardeners, all the things, but they won't take care of their bodies. It amazes me. You take care of your body, then the external world gets taken care of too, but you always have to start internal. So clean up your house. This is your house. This is your real house, right? Okay, let's go into a stretch next for your glutes, for the outside of your legs. So you're gonna lay on your back. Bring your right leg up and let your knee open up to the side about 45 degrees. Then take your left hand and grab the outside of your foot. If you can't reach this, wrap a towel around your foot or a rope or something so that you can just extend that distance. It's like having a little bit of extra arm. So just find that stretch. Put your right hand on your thigh here as well. You're gonna push out with your leg. So I'm actually pushing out with my knees straight out. And then I'm going to pull in. I'm going to try to get my foot as close to my nose as it wants to go, but without relaxing. Don't relax. Keep resisting the whole time. So you push out for strength, and you pull in for your stretch. And you just go back and forth. You can have your head up or down, but you want to have that feeling of pulling your toes to your nose and finding the stretch through the outside of your hip. You might find more stretch if you let your foot go a little bit to the left. So you pull it across your body a little bit more. Or maybe you come out a little bit to the right. You see what feels the best to you. See if you can find that stretch. And just go out and in. I typically do about 6 to 10 of each stretch, but you can do as many as you want. Okay, just listen to your own body so that you know what feels good to you. I just want to check the chat real quick. Okay, Ed, no problem. We'll see you later. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so now lay on your back, bring your left leg up, and let your knee open up to the left. Take your right arm and grab the outside of your foot, and then your thigh with your left hand. So you're just going to put both hands on the outside. And then I'm going to push out as far as I can. You could even come up into a crunch if you want to go a little further. Or you could use a rope if you want to extend out a little bit more. And then you can pull in for your stretch. And you just go back and forth. Out for strength and in for stretch. And again, find the place where you feel the most at home in this stretch. Maybe a little bit more resistance is over here. Where do you need to take care of your house? Where do you need to clean up your own body? So for me, having my foot right in front of my nose doesn't get as deep of a stretch. I have to go a little bit to the right and then I feel it. Pay attention to where your body needs the work, right? Take a second to just take care of your own body right where it is. Feel that glute in the left side. And again, if this doesn't feel good, work in smaller ranges of motion or skip this stretch. All right? Okay. I have an itch on the top of my foot. It's this Surrey, the cat Surrey, who most of you have seen before, but is sitting on the chair. Discovered mashing yesterday. She's 3 years old. She just now discovered mashing. You're going to lay on your back for the next stretch. Straighten your legs out. Bring your feet up towards the ceiling. We're going to stretch out our inner thighs. So grab your knees with your hands. Squeeze in for strength. And open up for your stretch, getting a stretch through your inner thighs. For those of you who don't know, mashing is a technique that we use in assisted stretching sessions where we use our feet to work out the soft tissue, sort of like a foam roller. It's like a technique from Thai yoga where you just rub your feet on people and it gets all the tension out. So I was doing that to her and then she scratched me. My feet itch. Okay, so squeezing in for strength and opening up for your stretch. Find the stretch in your inner thighs right here. And be really aware of the fact that you're just doing maintenance on your house. So don't go too far. You have to live in this body for the rest of your life. So make sure that it's strong, it's stable. Hi, Surrey, I was just talking about you. And make sure you only go as far as you feel really safe and at home. What are you doing? What are you doing? In for strength and out for stretch. Surrey really just wants to be famous on YouTube. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it comes down to. Right, Surrey? Yeah. You're good. Okay. The next stretch I want to go into is for the back of your shoulders and your neck and trapezius. This is a really great stretch, but you want to make sure that you feel comfortable on your knees, that everything feels good. So if anybody has a problem with this stretch, just put it into the chat and I will give you a different version, okay? So just let me know. Hi, Reed. Glad you're here. All right, so you're just going to bring your hands down so that your elbows are pointing towards your knees. My hands are in front of my face and my arms are parallel, like there are two tall trees. Then I'm going to try to pull my elbows towards my knees. And by doing that, I'm going to pull my body forward so that I almost tip over and land on the cat. Hi. You're so cute. And then I'm gonna sit back. As I sit back, I'm still pulling with my arms, and then I'll tuck my chin, look at my knees, and find the stretch of my upper neck and shoulders. Then you pull forward into strength training. I'm pulling my nose over my thumbs. My feet might even pop up. And then just sit back. Keep sitting back. Try to pull your elbows apart if you want a deeper stretch. And look at your knees. And you just go back and forth. Forward for strength. Back for stretch. Find that stretch by trying to pull your elbows apart just a little bit. You're so cute. You're so cute. Okay, forward for stretch and back for strength. I'm sorry, back for stretch. Sorry, the cat distracts me. She's so cute, I can't stand it. All right, now as we think about moving into the future in a new way, we're preparing our home, we're preparing our body for this thing. But also we need to think about what kind of image or what kind of projection we put on ourselves in the past and take that mask off so that we can be something new, right? Everything's different now. Everything changes. We all have changed. So as you're doing these stretches, start to think about like, okay, yesterday when I did the stretch, I felt this way, but if I take off my mask, and that means like taking off how strong you think you are or how flexible you think you are, or what your body used to feel like and how it feels now, can you remove a layer, right? Can you get a little deeper into who your true self is? So let's go into a stretch for the front of your shoulders. Bring your hands to the outside of your mat, your knees kind of together in the middle of your mat, and you're going to pull with your arms towards your knees. So I'm pulling from like a Y position like this down to my knees. And as I sit back, I'm going to tilt my head, tuck my chin, and look at my knees to find the stretch in the front of my shoulders. And with each stretch, pull up. And as you come back into this stretch, just take off a layer of the mask that you've worn in the past. Like just whatever comes up for you. So as you pull back into the stretch, think about, okay, I'm at home in my body. What can I take off? What can I remove? What part of me can I let go of that I've been wanting to let go of for a long time? It could be anything for you. It could be something as simple as being identified with your pain, right? With the thought of like, I have this ailment and I will always have this ailment. You could take off the mask of being identified with that and just recognize that you're taking care of your home, you're taking care of your body, so you can let go of that piece. Maybe it's taking off part of the mask that you always feel like you need to be presenting yourself in a certain way, that you always have to dress in a certain way, or that you have to wear lipstick all the time, or whatever it is. Can you remove part of the mask? Every stretch, you're changing your body in a different way. So as the past unfolds, what does the future hold for you? What does it look like? What's the next step, right? This is the cool stuff, you guys. Your body holds all of these things, right? Your body holds the past. It's part of your protective mechanisms. It wants you to be protected from the problems that you had before. So say you fell off your bike when you were 5 years old. Your body knows that like if you lean over on your bike, you better lean the other way. You have a compensation pattern that's built and it's healthy and it's good for you. But it's also something that's always there. We have tons of other protective mechanisms that our bodies have come up with, and some of them may not be serving us anymore. So think about what's serving you and what you can let go of as the new future opens up. Bring your hands wide up against the wall. Go ahead and stand up. And here we're going to go into a push-up against the wall with our elbows wide and just drop in towards the wall. Your body weight is your resistance here, so the further your feet are away, the more body weight you'll have. And you'll come into your stretch as you go into this push-up against the wall. And then push with your arms to bring you out of that position. So you go into the stretch, opening your elbows up, slowing down this push-up so that you don't run into the wall. And then push with your arms to bring you back out. Opening up through the chest, feeling really open and wide. We tend to close up when we feel vulnerable. So this new you maybe might be feeling really open and less vulnerable. Maybe more true to who your self is. That self that lives in your body instead of identifying with the house that you live in or the town that you live in or the job that you have. Or the way that you've presented yourself for years and years and years. Could be different, right? It could change. Anything could change. Let's take these moments to prepare ourselves for that change, right? Okay, have a seat. Let's work on the back of our shoulders now. So bring your right arm up like you're pulling a train whistle. Grab your elbow with your left hand and you're going to resist like you're trying to push both arms apart. Push open for strength, opening up towards the left wall. And then pull across for your stretch, finding the stretch in the back of your shoulder. And then you just move back and forth, open for strength. And pull across for your stretch. Keep your back stacked up, like your shoulders stacked up over your hips here, so that you're not rotating your body, but you're actually just moving from the shoulders. So open up and go ahead and close. See if you can find that stretch right back here. If you don't feel that or if it feels bad, move in a smaller range of motion or just skip the stretch. It's okay to skip any of these stretches. And then with each stretch, you could even think of it like it's an Etch-a-Sketch, right? You've drawn on this Etch-a-Sketch. You've drawn who you are. You've drawn who you are up to this point in life. And then as you pull across, you just erase it. Or like those magna doodles, you know, like you draw all over it and then you just zoop and the whole thing disappears. So just erase anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Open for strength and close for stretch. The funny thing is, you don't even have to know what that is. You don't even have to know what those things are that don't serve you anymore, because I'll tell you this, your muscles know, right? Your body knows. It knows everything. Your body, there's a great book out called Your Body Knows the Score. It's by some guy from Norway or Denmark, and I can never remember his name. If any of you guys know it, put it in the chat. The body keeps the score, the body knows the score. It's so amazing. It's all about post-traumatic stress and how much we hold that in our muscles. And by doing body work, by doing stretches just like this, you can start to what's the word? Implement. You can start to like implement change in your body. You can start to access that change, right? And it's just like taking a shampoo bottle full of soap and filling it with water. And every time you fill it with water and pour that water out, more soap comes out. But there's always still a little soap there. So every time you have to go and wash it out again and just clean out more of the soap. And then you pour the water back in and you pour it out. And you just keep rinsing and repeating until all the soap is gone, right? So just back and forth, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. Anything from your past that's not going to be welcome into this new world, into this new life. Let it go. Take care of your home, right? Body doesn't need to hold on to things from the past. It's funny, we move out of houses, we move out of cities, we move out of jobs that don't serve us anymore, but the body holds the trauma. So we can release that trauma, we can let it go. It doesn't serve us anymore. We can let go of what doesn't serve you anymore, okay? All right, let's go back to our first stretch that we did with this group of our muscles in the upper back, just to see if we can find a little bit more release in this one. So bring your elbows down to the floor. You're going to have your arms in two straight parallel lines, so that from your elbows to your middle fingers, a line going straight up through your mat, and same on the other side. It should look like two trees right down on the floor. Then from here, pull with your arms towards your knees. This pulls your body up, forward, and then use your lower body to pull you back. So as you pull back, you tuck your chin, arch your back just a little. You could maybe try to pull your elbows apart and see if you can find that stretch in your back and shoulders. Maybe in your neck a little bit. So pull forward for strength and back for your stretch. Taking a second to realize that you're just taking care of your house. It's just cleaning up what doesn't serve you anymore. Letting go of those things that aren't part of who you are now, but were part of who you were in the past. And just let go. Letting go doesn't mean letting go of your resistance, though. That's part of the rules. It's in the name. Resistance stretching class. So even when you let go of the tension, you're holding on to the resistance because your muscles need to be able to pull you back out. That's how you reinforce the safety. That's how your body knows that you're secure. Oh, so good. It's such a good stretch. Huh? Don't you think? I do. Okay, now I would love to go into some hamstring stretches now. Let's do our medial hamstring. This is the one on the inside here. So you're going to lay on your back. Bring your right leg up and let your knee open up to the side and grab your heel with your right hand. You'll kick your heel down into your thumb, into your fingertips here, fighting with your arms, so there's some resistance, and you get some engagement here in this hamstring, and then you're going to pull up into the stretch, kicking down for strength, and up for stretch. The cool thing about things being completed, things being over, and the reason why this is so important for me today, for those of you who are just joining, is that we just finished a week-long course, and a group of trainers are here today who just finished their training course and are moving into a whole new way of teaching. And so we're thinking about completion in class. So when I was talking earlier about the I Ching and how the very last hexagram before you start the whole cycle over again is called before completion. It's not called like after completion, actually comes before it, which is kind of funny. But the idea is that you prepare for the next stage. The completion is actually about preparing. So let's think about that moment between ending a cycle and completing a new cycle, and how you just have to prepare your home for that. You have to prepare your life, you have to prepare yourself mentally, but also physically. And that's what we're doing today. Okay, so bring your left leg out to the side. Take your left arm and grab your heel, kick down for strength. Continue kicking down and pull up for stretch. Find the stretch in your inner hamstring. If it doesn't feel good, try pointing your toe a little bit. Sometimes that helps. You can also try moving in a small range of motion. So maybe just this far. That'd be okay. Or you could just skip the stretch. That'd be fine too. So find this hamstring stretch up and down. And just take the second to realize that you're preparing yourself, you're preparing your body for what comes next in life. Removing anything that doesn't fit anymore. So maybe tight hamstrings just aren't part of the new resistance or the new reality for you. You don't need those tight hamstrings. There's no reason to hold on to tight hamstrings. So get a little bit more flexibility in them, right? Prepare your house for something different. Prepare yourself for something new. So that when you complete this cycle, you can go on to do new and exciting things. Oh, great. The next stretch we're going to go into is for your quads. This one we're going to go up on the wall to do. So you're going to want like a towel or a strap or something. My cat takes all of my towels and gets cat hair all over them. She likes to play with them. So I'm just going to take this one and double it up a few times to make sure that I have a good cushion for my knees. And then I'm going to come onto all fours. I'm going to bring my right leg up so my knee is against the wall or as close to the wall as I feel comfortable. And my foot's flat on the wall, although you could also turn your foot the other direction. And if this is uncomfortable, you could also put another towel under your foot. That'd be okay too. Then bring your left leg up so that you can come up into a lunge. From here, push both legs external and an outernal force. So I'm going to push my back leg into the wall. I'm going to push my front leg into my mat like I'm trying to push my mat away. That's going to push me in opposite directions. So my back leg will push me forward. My front leg will push me back. And I'm going to find that tension in my quad clean it out. Push forward, clean out the gutter, right? Push forward, paint the living room, right? Whatever you need to do, take care of your house, right? And by that, I literally mean your body. Like, I do not mean your house houses figuratively, right? But clean up the house that you live in. It's your body. Each time you go into this stretch, you can let go of something that doesn't serve you anymore. If you really are feeling quite spiritual today, you could actually take that as something like, you know, this method of eating doesn't serve me anymore. This way that I beat myself up doesn't serve me anymore. This addiction doesn't serve me anymore. What can you let go of, right? What can move into the next stage of life with you, and what do you want to leave behind? Or from a more physical standpoint, you could actually just think about saying, like, this tightness in my quad doesn't serve me anymore, so I'm going to let it go. And you can do that with the resistance stretch. Find the tension and just pull it out. It's simple. As long as you're working within the boundaries of your own body and you feel safe and in control, as long as nothing really hurts, take that tension out, just let it go. It's not serving you anymore. If there's pain there, if it feels really bad, then that pain is there for a reason. And this is not the way to pull it out, right? It's there to protect you. It's there to save you. So if you could keep stretching this stretch, it would be like the equivalent of like painting the fence that's broken, right? You don't need to paint that fence. You need to actually mend that fence, right? So there are things that need to happen outside of this stretch if you're in pain. So that would mean just skip the stretch, okay? If your knee hurts, if you're having cramping, if anything doesn't feel good, just get out of it. It's okay. We'll do some other things. We'll come back to it later. Okay, bring your hands down to the mat. Drop down your front leg, and we'll just switch so that now you can put your left knee on the towel. You can bring your right leg to the front and come up into a lunge. Now, if you're having trouble getting into this lunge, just bring your towel further away from the wall. That should make it a lot easier. Okay, you can regulate the amount of force that way. You can regulate the amount of tension by just bringing your knee away from the wall. Now, push your foot into the wall, your back leg. Push your front leg into your mat, so you're trying to like slide it forward. And then let your back leg wind come into your strength training portion. Let your front leg wind to pull you back. And just take this time to really honor the fact that you're cleaning out whatever's happening in your body. You're cleaning your house, you're cleaning your mind, you're cleaning your emotions, you're letting go of the things that don't serve you anymore so that we can take what we have. We can take this house that we live in, we can take this body and bring it into the next stage. When the end unfolds, you open up to new beginnings, right? Open up. What's there? What's there? It's like a vast open space of possibility. How incredible is that? Forward for strength and back for stretch. I know a lot of people have been on the fence, up and down, about what lockdown means to them. Some people are really thriving and growing. I feel like I haven't been this creative in I don't even know how long. I haven't felt this much myself since I was probably a teenager. That being said, there are other people who are really having trouble understanding that life is different, that things are different, that accepting change is hard. And so when one thing ends, when the end unfolds right in front of you, open yourself up to new beginnings. There's something beautiful in it, even if part of it feels frustrating and out of control and not so great. What's the new beginning? How can you open up to it, right? It's pretty fantastic, I think. All right, let's go into a stretch for your lateral hamstring now. You know what, I want to do this one on a chair. So grab a chair. You could also do this on a bench or a stool or just something around you. And you'll stand so that you're facing the chair. And then take your right leg and put it up on the left corner of the chair. So I'm actually crossing my leg from the right to the left. Then I'm going to turn my left hip in towards that leg. So I'm actually going to turn here. This makes this leg internally rotate. I'm kind of crossed over my body. Now I'm going to push my foot, my right leg, into the chair like I'm trying to bring it back down to the floor. And I'm just going to bend at my hip and bend forward and find that stretch in the outside of my right leg. Then I'm going to push my foot down into the ground and come right back up. So you just go back and forth. Into your stretch by leaning forward, still resisting with that leg by pushing it into the chair, and then using that leg to push me back up. And just fold over and push back up. Feel this unfolding, right? Here we're folding into the stretch. You're feeling that stretch, maybe the muscles unfolding as you pull forward. And then as you push down, feel yourself come out of the forward fold, like you're actually unfolding. Push down into the stretch and unfold, pushing up, bringing your body back up to standing, and just go back and forth. And as you unfold here, you can be open to new beginnings. So you've unfolded. Now when you go to fold into something new, you find new tension, you find new change. See if you can access your body in a little bit of a different way, and then push back up, unfold. And as life unfolds, be open to a new beginning. Every single stretch, every single moment is a new beginning. Push back up to unfold. If you want to go into the stretch a little deeper, I'm really feeling the need for myself to try to twist more. So I want to reach my left arm towards the right chair, right corner of the chair. So I'm just going to reach with that arm and unfold. And as you unfold, welcome in the new beginning, whatever that means for you. Do what feels good. You don't have to reach like this if it doesn't feel good. But if it does, oh man, that's so good. Okay, so now take your left leg and cross it over to the right corner of your chair. So you're going across your body. It's like my leg is actually going over this way. You're going to push your foot into the chair. That's going to add resistance here. And then we're going to go ahead and fold into the stretch. Turn your right hip a little bit in towards that leg so you get a little more internal rotation. And you're going to fold straight forward into the chair. And then push with your foot to unfold. And as that end unfolds, open up the new beginning. Come into this new stretch. See if you can find it in the best way for you. Warm up into this stretch. So each stretch, you see if you can pull tension out in a little bit of a different way. You don't have to go all the way down every time. You don't have to go down very far at all, actually, to get a very good stretch here. Just find what feels the best to you, and then push back up. And if you feel like you want to explore this stretch in a little bit of a different way, do what your body says feels the best to you. Like right now, my right arm wants to reach, and I want to find this twist. So I'm going to reach with my right arm at the same speed that I'm folding over, finding that stretch, and then coming back up. The more you make your hands like jazz hands, the easier the stretch is going to, the more effective the stretch is going to be. So I'm going to fold over and I'm going to jazz hands and reach. Maybe wiggle your fingers a little bit. That will activate the whole fascial line. I feel that as soon as I do this, I feel it stretch even more. It's amazing. So as you fold into the stretch, welcome something new into your body, something new into your life, getting rid of the old, removing all that tension that doesn't belong there anymore, and then something new. Wow, that's awesome. I've never done that before. Welcome in the new, right? Making up new stuff. That's good. Oh, I love it. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Good job, hamstrings. I'm sweating a little bit now. Okay, so the next stretch we're going to do is for your groin muscles, the inner thighs. So you can have a seat. Bring your feet together, your soles of your feet in close, or as close as you want them to be. A little further away would be okay too. If you need to sit up on something, that would be fine. So sit on a block or on a pillow or something, that'd be okay. Then put your elbows on your knees. You're going to push down and sweep out with your arms, and then use your legs to push in. And then push open for your stretch. And as you come down into the stretch, if it feels good, you can lean forward. You can find that fold. And then come back up and unfold. And as life unfolds, find the new beginning. And so what does that feel like for you? Would it be pulling with your hands a little bit? Would it be changing the angle of your feet to see if you can find a new beginning here? Right? See what feels the best to you. In for strength and open for your stretch. Finding that inner thigh stretch, taking care of your body, taking care of your home, cleaning up the problems that were there from the past that don't need to be there anymore, letting go of what's not serving you. Whatever that means for you today, take it and run, right? Just take it and run with it. What's not serving you. And recognize that as an ending comes, new beginnings are so abundant. You just have to be open to them. You just have to see what's there, see what's changing. In for strength and open for stretch. So good. So good. And let's do this last one. Nice. Okay. Whew. Amazing. All right, we're going to go into a stretch for our lats next. So I want you to come onto hands and knees. You're going to bring your right arm across your mat to the left corner of your mat. So I'm actually crossing over my body. Then I'm going to pull with that hand towards my right knee. So I'm pulling from here this way. But the mat's there, so it's going to stop me. And as you pull like that, just sit back with your hips to find this stretch from your armpit down towards your waist. And then use your right arm to pull you back up. And you can find that stretch in the way that feels the best to you. You can kind of wiggle a little bit, right? The important thing is to keep moving. In each stretch, learn something new about yourself. So as you pull back, you can be like, oh, wow, I feel that kind of in my upper lats. So I'm learning something new about myself. And then I'm going to move on. Because what I learned is now gone, right? So now I'm going to go into something new. And maybe this way it feels a little different, especially if I move my hips a different way. I can catch it a little different. I can learn something new about myself, and then I can pull back up and move. You learn something new, and then you keep moving. Learn something new on the way down, move back up. Keep moving, keep resisting, keep exploring. And keep moving, right? Just keep moving. Oh, so good. And now let's switch sides. So bring your right hand down. Take your left hand across to the left corner of your mat. So you cross over your body, like across your body. Pull with that left hand towards your left knee. And then sit back into the stretch. Find the stretch from your armpit down to your hip. See what you can learn about this stretch. And then pull back up. Now the next time you come into the stretch, you're going to learn something new. So take a second, learn something new. A little twist maybe, a little pull in a different direction, see what you can learn. And come back up. Down for your stretch. If I look under my armpit, I learned something new. Hi guys. And then keep moving. As you fold and unfold, you find a new beginning, you find new things to learn, right? The important thing is to keep moving, to not get stuck, to not stay in one place, to not allow for stagnation in your life, but to accept movement, accept completion, accept new beginnings, be open to whatever is there for you, whatever the possibilities are. There could be a lot. You just have to be open, right? Let's do one more, see what you can learn. And then let's keep moving into the next stretch. You ready? Okay, have a seat. Oh, the sun just turned on. It's hot in here now. Okay, so bring your right arm in so that your elbow comes in close to your body. I'm sitting on my knees, but you can sit however you want. So find a chair, stand up, whatever feels good to you, okay? Take your left hand and put it on top of your wrist here, and you're going to resist like you're trying to pull both arms apart. Push up for strength. And then use your top arm here to push you down for stretch. See if you can find the stretch in the top of your shoulder and your deltoid right here. Usually we do a head tilt with this stretch, but today let's really explore the deltoid. So don't tilt your head unless you really want to. I suppose you can. I can't stop you anyway. Do what you want. But push up for strength, and on the way down, see if you can catch this deltoid muscle right here on the top of your shoulder. See if you can catch it. Clean up what's going on in your body, right? Clean up your house. Clean up that deltoid. Leave behind what's not serving you. What does that mean for you in this stretch? Could be something different. Could be some idea that pops into your head. It could be some vision. It could be some quick fleeting thought. Okay, now you can stretch your neck. I couldn't hold out any longer. I'm going to stretch my neck. Let go of what isn't serving you anymore, and this neck pain is gone. I'm done with it. Find it and pull that tension out. Up and down, find that stretch. And every time you fold, learn something new. So here I am, I'm going back into that fold, and then I'm opened up to new possibilities. Something new might change. Oh, my fingers want some work there. I'm going to pay attention to that. I'm going to make my fingers really big, like jazz hands, and wiggle them around and see how that feels. Oh, it's nice. Up for strength and down for stretch. Exploring the stretch in the way that feels the best to you. Maybe a little shark movement here with your arms. Little wiggle. It's not bad. All right, now let's bring your your left arm in. Grab your wrist with your right hand. Resist by trying to pull your arms apart. Push up for strength. Let's do a handful just with the deltoid, so don't let your head come over yet. Let's just do up and down. See if you can find that deltoid stretch. See if you can find the muscle, kind of a burn right through here. Of course, if there's any pain or anything, work in a smaller range of motion, right? If you're fatigued, to just do fewer stretches, or just skip this stretch completely, because maybe this isn't the one that you need to work on today. Again, the same idea of like, if the fence is broken, you don't need to paint the fence, you need to fix the fence. That takes other tools, right? It's not this tool. So if the stretch feels good, paint the fence, right? And then if you want to stretch your neck, just bring your ear over to the right. So up for strength, down for stretch, and pulling your ear to the right, maybe a little head nod to see if you can get a deeper stretch. See if you can feel a little better in that stretch. And then just go back and forth, up and down. You're in charge of your body. You want to take care of it just as much as you would take care of your house, as much as you would take care of your car, right? People take their car in for checkups all the time. But how often do you stretch, right? I mean, you guys are here, so you're doing a good job. But I'm just saying. Oh, that's good stuff. Remember to take what you learn now and then move on, right? Take this knowledge and keep moving. Learn something new in every stretch and every single movement, every present moment change, right? So right now is different than you were 2 seconds ago. So learn something new, let it go. Oh, I'll do that one. And then move on. You learn something new. Keep moving. Keep learning. Keep growing, right? It's the good stuff. Okay, where are we at next? Let's do rotator cuff. Yes. Bring your right arm up. Take your left arm and cross it over top like you're a genie, right? Then grab your elbow with your top hand. So this is the left hand. I'm grabbing my elbow just with my fingertips. Then I'm going to push my right hand up into my left elbow. Now I'm going to try to resist by pulling both arms apart, like I'm trying to pull into like goalposts. I'm going to push open to the right, and then I'm going to pull across to the left. Now notice that I'm keeping my torso still and just my shoulders are moving. So if you looked at me from the top, it would look like this, like they're just moving from side to side, okay? If this stretch feels good to you, you can start to draw little figure eights with your elbow. So you dip down just a little, come up and across and up and across and up and across, and maybe those figure eights get a little bit bigger so that you get a little more rotation if it feels good. But make sure when you do this that you're not rotating your hips and if you're moving back and forth, it's not effective. You got to keep your spine straight. Keep your torso still. Keep your shoulders stacked right over your hips. And the movement here is by moving the arm inside the shoulder joint. Now let's switch sides. So bring your left arm up, take your right arm over top, and grab your elbow with your other hand. So I am holding my left elbow with my right hand. You're going to resist by trying to pull your arms into goalposts. Keep your shoulders right over your hips while you open up to the left and then pull across to the right. Just go back and forth, pulling across for strength and across for your stretch. It's just one way to strength, one way to stretch. And if you want, you can start to add those figure eights. Just go in like little dips here, and then here you're internally rotating your arm, and you just strengthen and stretch in that 8 motion, that like infinity figure 8, right? Because life goes on and it goes on and it changes, but it goes on, and everything repeats cycles, but maybe a little different, right? Life is all about learning new things so that when they come up the next time, we know how to handle it. It's about learning so that you can keep moving, so that you can do something different, so that when the ending unfolds, you can be open to what's new and that your body is prepared for it. That's awesome. It's so awesome. Oh, this home that you live in, right? Sometimes this home makes me a little mad. Sometimes I love it. It's one or the other, but you got to take care of it, and that's the truth, right? You have to make sure that you feel prepared for what's going to happen next in life. Now let's go into our downward dog stretch for Ki-Hara. You're going to come onto all fours. Tuck your toes. Find this strength in your spine by pushing your fingers through the floor, pushing your feet into the floor, and pretending like a whole pyramid of cheerleaders is about to step right on your back. So find that strength. From here, push with your hands to make yourself sit down. And then from this position, push with your legs to make yourself come back up to all fours. Find that strength in your spine as you do this, right? My back is not relaxed at all, but my whole body feels really strong and secure, like I could put a house right on top of this foundation, right? Build up this strong foundation. Now from here, if you feel strong, come up onto your feet. My toes are on the floor, obviously, but my heels are up, okay? Now I'm going to push up onto my tippy toes, keeping my foundation really strong. And then I'm going to push with my arms to bring me through. Pull your head through if it feels good. And then just go back and forth. Forward for strength here, keeping your back nice and strong. And then push through with your arms to come into this stretch. Find this firm foundation for your house. Front to back is strong, strong, strong. Let go of whatever isn't serving you in this position, right? Let go of whatever tension feels like it needs to be let go of. Maybe you try pigeon-toed to see if you can find some resistance that way that needs to be let go of. See if you go duck-footed, if you can find some tension there that you want to let go of. See if pushing your head through feels best to you with your heels up or down, but see if you can let go of whatever isn't serving you in this stretch. And as you fold and unfold, be open to what's new, what changes in each stretch. Find something different. Change the angle of your feet if you need to. Maybe try a little bit further. Maybe try doing this calf stretch without pulling your head through. Maybe you stay up with your head and see how that feels. Just do what feels good, but be open to new possibilities. Be open to the fact that your body's different in this second than it was 2 seconds ago. We're always changing, constantly, whether we like it or not, right? Okay. Let's go back into our Cobra stretch that we started with earlier in class and see how that feels. Now, I'm going to walk you guys into this in a few different ways. The first time I want to do this is to start on the floor here. Bring your hands in front of you pretty far. Pull with your arms towards your legs. So it's like you're trying to pull your whole body forward like this, okay? So find that pull. Bring your head down and see if you can find the stretch as you tuck your chin in your neck and shoulders. You can lift your head, looking up towards the wall maybe, and then continue pulling like you're trying to pull your whole body across the room. Tuck your chin and see if you can find that stretch in the back of your neck and shoulders. And as you come forward, keep pulling with your arms, look up towards the wall. You could bring your arms in a little closer and see how that feels. Pull with your arms to pull your chest up a little. You might get a little more back bend this way. Keep pulling with your arms as you change the rotation, taking the curve out of your back and looking at your belly button. Come forward into your stretch, looking up at the wall, keeping your arms really active. Pushing your legs into the ground, maybe pushing your feet into the floor. And arching your back. So you come in and out of this like Sphinx pose, this cobra, this like looking up, arching your back. Do what feels good to you, okay? Be smart, be safe. Take care of your house, take care of your body. Do what feels good to you. And then if you want to, bring your hands under your chest. Pull your elbows back and see if it feels better to come into a bigger back bend. We're going to come down, pulling with your hands towards your legs, activating your triceps, pushing your feet into the ground, pushing your quads down into the floor, and find this stretch in the way that feels the best to you. You don't have to do the full version this way. You can do whatever feels right. And we're just going to go up and down. Welcoming in the new, understanding that things change, that life changes, but as life unfolds, you're prepared, your body's prepared, your home is set. So whether you have to move, whether you need a new job, whether you approach things in a completely different way, your home, your body stays the same and gets healthier and changes every time because you're learning new things, you're growing, you're changing, you're exploring, you're figuring out how to unfold and how to fold in ways that feel really good to you. All right, my friends, that's all we're going to do for today. I hope you're all feeling well. I went a little long. That's okay. Life changes. Things are great. I'm out of breath. All right. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so glad you're here. I just want to quick thank you all so much for coming in. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like class or leave a comment below if you really like class. Share this with anyone that you think might need it, of course. And also, down in the description box below, there's a link if you feel like contributing to the channel. Right now, these classes are funded by donations. So if you feel like leaving a little donation, you can, and I would really appreciate that. For those of you who already have, I love you a million times. Thank you so much. All right, my friends, we have class tomorrow at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Also, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. and Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 9 a.m. So I hope to see you again. All right, everybody, have a great week. I'll see you later.